Hi friends, it's Loli. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are having an amazing collaboration. Let's jump right in. For this first inspiration piece, I'm going to use one of these little cotton boards from the Dollar Tree, and the first thing that I did was sand it down, making sure that everything was nice and smooth. Now we're going to remove the tag and paint it with my white Black & Decker paint and primer. I gave this piece a total of 2 coats. Then I'm using this napkin from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to just find the best placement for me, cut that piece off, and we are going to go ahead and use some Mod Podge to completely cover one side of the cotton board. Then once I remove that second layer of tissue from the napkin, I'm using the other piece to slowly press onto my cotton board. I'm just using it in small sections. I started doing this when the Mod Podge was a bit tacky, not all the way wet. And I made sure that all the edges were completely adhered. Just taking my time, just slowly tapping down more than rubbing. So I just make sure that all the ends were also down right there on the corners. Now I'm gonna just cut off the excess napkin from the piece there. And then I'm going to use some saran wrap that I have like rolled up on there. And just give this a quick little rub again to remove any extra bubbles or wrinkling from the surface and avoid any tearing. Then I took my sanding block and I sanded off all of the excess tissue. Now I'm taking this daffodil yellow paint from Apple Barrel, and I'm going to mix it with my maize color from Waverly, and I'm going to create a not so strong of a color like the maize, but also with a little bit of brightness from the daffodil. And once I did that mixture, I added it to the very top of my cutting board, and then I also added it to the sides. Friends, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. And if you feel inclined to do so, go ahead and subscribe and press the notification bell so you're notified each time that I upload a video. Doing these small things are free and they mean the world to me. Once everything dried, I took some jute cord and I'm wrapping it on the neck of the cotton board right there, as you see there. And I'm just going to tack it down using some hot glue. And then I'm going to burn off the fuzzies from the rope or the jute cord. I also wanted to add some to the bottom. I lit my thing on fire, and guys, look at that. Oh my gosh. Just be very careful when you're doing this. This was a little fuzzy area that the jute cord had that it just caught on fire. I don't know. That never happened to me before, but just be very cautious. So once I did that, I'm going to take some of that jute cord and I'm going to add it to the bottom of the cotton board, doing the same thing, just wrapping it around, just trying to keep it nice and neat as I'm going. I wrapped it, I think, about 3 times or 4 times around the cotton board, and then tacked it on the back with a little bit of hot glue. And as usual, I just burned off the fuzzies because I knew they have that nice charted look, and also the neatness of not having those little hairs all over my jute cord. And you know already, I'm not done yet. So I'm going to go ahead and create a small bow using the same jute cord, and I'm going to attach it to the top of the cutting board. And that's it, we are done. Here it is, all complete. Let me know what you think. I love this little piece, it's so beautiful. Alright my friends, today's video is part of our collaboration. It's an open invite Tiered Church Summer collaboration. It is hosted by Aurea from DIY with Aurea and by Ray from Oneway Designs 238. Co-hosting this month is Mimi from Twisted Serenity and myself, Loli, from LoliDsCreations. This playlist is chock full of amazing inspiration, so don't forget to visit the playlist so you don't miss out on endless inspiration. The link to all the host channels and to the playlist will be in the description box below and pinned in the comments. The second inspiration piece I bring you today is going to be from this little DIY set from Dollar Tree. I'm going to go ahead and paint it using my folk art rich green, I believe is the color. And I'm just going to paint the outside of the watermelon using this color. Then I'm coming in with the antique parchment color from Apple Barrel, and I'm going to paint that second layer of the watermelon. Then I'm using this apple red from Apple Barrel, and I'm going to go ahead and cover up all that section of the watermelon that usually is red. I used a wet brush in order to have this glide a bit better and give it a little bit more texture. Then I took some more of the antique parchment from Apple Barrel and went and colored that edge right there you see me doing. I really wanted this piece to be nice and bright, and I just figured this will give the watermelon some focal point. And I also painted the top section. Then I'm coming in with this felt tip marker from the Dollar Tree. I just wanted to give that little neon taste or little touch to the watermelon that you usually see when that that green portion and the white portion meet, just to give this a little bit more brightness. Then I'm trying to use the same kind of marker for the letters that it says summer in the top. It was in yellow, but so you can see there, guys, that was not working out. It looked like it was a highlighter, so I 86 that, and I'm going to go ahead and take my Arteza paint pen in the color bright yellow. Then I took another felt tip pen from Dollar Tree in the color red and filled in the little droplets of watermelon. Here I'm coming in with those little white markers from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use it to fill in the vibes word that's inside of the watermelon, as you see me there. I ended up giving this 2 coats. And offline, I highlighted the words with my Arteza paint pen in the color black. Then I took some of these cubes from Dollar Tree and I am gluing them together using some gel super glue, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this to the back of the watermelon as well. Offline, I glued 2 more to this too to give it more stability. And here it is, all complete. Look how cute that is. I love it. For the third and fourth inspiration piece, I'm going to use these wood rounds from the Dollar Tree. And the first one, I'm going to just paint it using that true green from folk art. I'm just going to paint the area where the bark is. And I did the same thing with the other wood round, but I'm going to be painting it with my chalk paint in the color Pumpkin from Waverly. For some reason, guys, I thought that the divisions of an orange were orange on here. I don't know what I was thinking, but I went over and I created my lines with the orange paint, trying to create the wedges of an orange. But you'll see me fix that later, once I figure it out. Then I mixed some of that Pumpkin Waverly paint together with some orange popsicle from Apple Barrel in order to create a lighter orange. And I'm adding this color too in between the lines, but there you can see how it's being covered because this is not the right orange anatomy, but we'll fix that later. So here I am using my antique parchment to go ahead and put those little lines on the orange. I just did a cross, then a cross on that cross, and then the 2 other triangles, I created another one, and then I just created a small circle where all those lines joined. I really wanted to create some texture, so I took some more of that popsicle color, that creamsicle color from Apple Barrel, and I'm just dabbing it in some areas there, lightening up the color, but making sure to also have some of that brighter orange see-through, so you had some texture right there. Then I'm going to take some more antique parchment and I'm going to color the part there where the dark orange and the lighter orange join to create that, you know, the pulp part of the orange slice as well. For the second wood round, we are going to be making a lime slice. So I'm going to use the same green color that I used for the outside bark, and I'm going to add it to a lot more of the antique parchment to create that lime color that you see there, and that's going to be the inside of our lime. Here I'm using some more of the antique parchment to color in the lines of the lime. Once the front was dry, I'm just came in with the same green color, and I'm going to color the outside of the bark with that green. And I did the same thing with the orange, painting the bark in that pumpkin color. And off camera, I repeated this whole process with the other side of this round, so this will be double-sided. I wasn't satisfied with that color that I had in the wedges there, so I came in with a lighter tone, and I'm coming in and adding some texture to there just to give this a brighter and more realistic look. I wanted more texture for the lime as well, so I came in with a little bit darker tone of that gray that I had diluted, and I'm just dry brushing the wedges just to give this a bit of texture. And I did that with both sides of the wedges. My friends, if you're still with me during this video, thank you so much. If you have not subscribed, consider doing so. It is free and it means the world to me. And here they are, guys, all finished. Let me know what you think. For the fifth inspiration piece, I'm going to use another one of these wood rounds from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use my yellow paint from Waverly in the color Mace, and I'm going to cover the bark of this round using that color. Then I took some of this daffodil yellow from Apple Barrel, and I'm going to dilute it using my antique parchment to create a much lighter tone of it. And I'm going to use that mixture to cover the inside of this wood round. While the wood round dried, I'm going to create a beaded garland here. I'm going to take a 2-to-1 ratio of 2 yellow beads and 1 green bead for this. These beads I got from a set during Easter time at Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie that onto the wood round, and I'm going to make sure that the knot is on the top of the wood round, and then I'm going to feed that extra tail through the beads, making sure they cover it completely. And once I got to the last bead that had that tail on it, I'm going to add a tiny dab of hot glue onto that bead, and then bring down the following bead to secure this nicely in place. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the jute cord and cut it into a piece, because we are going to now work on creating a tassel. To make the tassel, I'm going to use this leftover piece that I had from a chicken sign at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to wrap the jute cord many times around it until it gets to the I don't know, the length of the abundance of cord that I want on my tassel. Then I cut the ends off, and we are going to go ahead and take another ribbon from Dollar Tree, and that is a lemon ribbon, and I'm going to put it in the middle there, the top of the tassel, and then I'm going to take the remainder cord that's attached to the beaded garland, and I'm going to tie this to it nice and tight, making sure that it is a nice clean knot and that the lemon piece is at the top closest to the beads. Now I'm going to just bring my tassels down, hold them down like you see it there, and I'm going to take some of that jute cord, and with that jute cord I tied it on there, and then I wrapped it around to create that top section of the jute cord. Then I took the cord and go ahead and tied it in a knot, and once that knot was nicely secured, a double knot, I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue to the inside portion of the top of the tassel there, and I'm going to tuck that knot and the two little tails onto that there to create a seamless look. Then I just fluffed my tassel, try to create, then burn off any little edges that were a little bit straggly ends there. And then I'm going to take this calendar from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut off the back section that it says fresh lemons, and I'm going to just cut the edges here on a nice little rounded edge just to be neater on this. I'm going to take some Mod Podge and add the Mod Podge to the wood round and just do a nice little even coat on there and place my calendar piece right there at the center. I felt like it was better to put it onto the paper to make sure that I didn't miss any ends. I wanted to make sure that this had a nice adhesion, so I did that, pressed it down, and once it was nicely secured, I'm going to take a bit of hot glue, and I'm going to take some of this jute cord as well from Dollar Tree, and we're going to create a frame for this little calendar piece. And just like that, that piece is complete. Look how cute, guys. I love it. Let me know what you think. And here is the final reveal. Don't forget to tell me which one is your favorite. My friends, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you would like to follow me on social media, here are my social media links. And don't forget to visit the playlist. It is full of inspiration. If you'd like to watch some more of my videos, here are some suggestions. Thank you so much for watching. As always, you are amazing. Have a nice day. Bye.